Go to America, make something of your life, make a lot of friends. They will come in handy. Over the past 55 years, 56 years, 57 years now, I have made friends all across the world, and they have molded my life to the extent that, I'm going to be 80 years old soon. And I look back across my life and I find out that it's only because of the people that I met and I made friends with that my life is so incredible today. So that's what I want to talk to you about. Life is about people. And let me tell you, I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. And I want you to be rich. Now, you see, you laughed at that one, right? I know you're thinking, just make me rich. Don't worry about my health or happiness. I can take care of that, But you see, the thing is, these are the three things that we need in life. These are the only three things that you need: health, happiness, and some money. In order to get any of these three things, it makes it much easier in your life to do that if you have people. Let me tell you, let me show you. And now, stuff that my dad told me years ago is actually being proven by science today. There's actually a report out by the Harvard Medical Journal. It talks about health. And they say that the healthiest people are not those that don't smoke. They are not those that eat healthy. They are not those that go to the gym every day. The healthiest people are those that have the most meaningful personal relationships. In other words, those that have the most friends. That's why I come to events like this, to go home tonight with 1,000 friends. And you want to talk about happiness? Happiness is controlled by hormones that are in your system. Namely, the two happy hormones are what? They're serotonin and oxytocin. We'll talk more about that. But you cannot get serotonin and oxytocin in your system unless there is another human being involved. A robot won't do that for you. That's why when people say I'm afraid of artificial intelligence, I will be afraid the year or the time when robots come in and start generating oxytocin and serotonin in your systems. Till then, we're safe. And you want to talk about money? You know what they say? 15%, only 15% of your financial success is based upon your technical knowledge. So all this stuff that you've learned here for these years and years, you're only gonna mobilize 15% of your capability to make money. What's the other 85%, you're wondering, right? You should have spent all your time on that. All right, the other 85% is what they call human engineering. If you learned a little bit about that, you could jack up your income 700%. So what is it? What is human engineering? Human engineering is your ability to deal with people, your ability to lead them, your ability so that, when they meet you, they want to do things that you tell them to do. Your ability to inspire them so that when they meet you, they want to do more than they would have done before they met you. ability to have influence over them, so that they would do things for you without you even asking them to do it. I mean, how amazing is that? So what's common in all of this stuff? What's common in all of this stuff? In these three things: lead, influence, and inspire. Likability. If people like you, they will follow you. If people like you, you will in general inspire them. If people like you, they'll definitely want to do things for you. So have you ever wondered what makes people like you? I mean, have you ever asked yourself that question? Why would you like me, for instance? Why would you like me? Because of my amazing jacket? How about my Madonna hat? Or them amazing Italian shiny boots? It's got nothing to do with that. And you make a note of this one line that I'm going to say now. People like you for only one reason. And that one reason is how they feel about themselves when they are in your presence. If you can make people feel like a gazillion bucks every time they are around you, they will come back to you again and again and again. It's called the serotonin factor. And it's really, really amazing how it works. Like, for instance, if I'm nice to you, yeah, I didn't even do anything. I said, if I'm nice to you, you get a serotonin rush. You glow, you smile, look at them. And when I see smile, I smile. And when there's a third person watching that interaction, they smile. We're all getting serotonin rushes. And it's the big marketing tool available. What happened to my water? Oh, sorry about that. Why do you think game shows are so popular? You know, there's a girl winning a car, jumping up and down, happy. Then there's the host, happy giving her the car, right? But what about all these people in TV land that are glued to the television? They ain't getting jack shit. But they're glued to the TV. What are they getting? They're getting serotonin rushes. See, nature expects you. Nature expects you to be nice to people. That's why it's given you serotonin, because when you're nice to people, the reward is you feel good. Why are we having this graduation ceremony? I mean, what the heck? You did your coursework, you paid the fees. Why don't they just send you a PDF and say, adios amigo? What's all this? What are you here for? You're here for your serotonin rush, just like a bunch of drug addicts. They have come for their serotonin rush because it makes them feel amazing that they empowered you to get to where you are today. And that's why they're here. You brought everybody, your grandma, your grandpa. So nature expects you to help other people. That's why I gave you serotonin. But nature also expects you to have human relationships. For that, it gave you oxytocin. That's why it feels good to hug somebody. Why the heck am I here? I mean, look at that amazing TV screen you got. You could have said, hey, get on this Zoom call. I could do this all the way from California, but I spent all this time coming on United Airlines that is never on time, 6-hour delay, but I came all the way out here for what? Because I want to see you in person. I want to hang out with you. I want to take a picture with you. I want to shake your hand, congratulate you, look into your eyes when I'm speaking. I want to make sure you're here. When you're speaking, if you're on Zoom, you don't even know where the people are. They could be in the toilet. They do that. You know that, right? You've heard it. She knows what I'm talking about. And then what about Taylor Swift? How many of you have been to a Taylor Swift concert? Come on. Come on, all of you probably. Come on, you can admit it, it's okay. But what does Taylor Swift do? Taylor, they've got those friendship bracelets. What is all that? It's an oxytocin nightmare. Or an oxytocin fest is more like it. She's selling oxytocin, And then singing. Singing is the biggest oxytocin generator. It bonds people together. We develop computer software, you know that, for designing buildings and bridges to stand up in earthquakes. All right? Somehow, I don't know why, but wherever they speak Spanish, there are earthquakes. Maybe it's because the Spanish speaking people really know how to party, enjoy life. I mean, my God, any of you that have been to South America know what you want to go to a party in Latin America. So when I go and do a seminar on all of our technology, which is really technical stuff, this is how I started. Yo nunca pensé que pudiera querer con esta pasión que me quema la piel. Volar por tu cuerpo es el cielo tocar. Quiero contigo llegar una noche más. Oh! Now, I have no idea what that means. Because I'm a loser. I spent 6 months with Jennifer Lopez's CD trying to memorize this song so I could impress my Latin American friends. But what does it do to the Latin American friend that actually understands Spanish? It gives them an oxytocin rush. It bonds you with them. Just the fact that I spent all this time. And I know you Canadians know how to sing. My God, look at what you've got. You've got Celine Dion. Shania Twain. Yeah? Avril Lavigne. And my current favorite, Tate McRae. How many Tate McRae fans in the audience? Come on. What the heck's going on? How come nobody raises their hand? I mean, we could flood this place with oxytocin. Do you know how to sing sports car? No? Well, maybe next time. All right. Let me tell you what else happens when you go to an amazing university like this. There's 3 things that actually happen. First, you learn. Because you know what psychologists will tell you? That you don't learn by being told, you learn by absorbing the environment. And when you are in an environment like this, in engineering especially, you learn how to think logically. That allows you to basically step into anything, read it and understand it. That's an incredible power that you have as engineers. that the general public has none of it. And then when you have incredible teachers like this teaching you, they not only just teach you the material, but they instill in you a willingness to learn. And with those two things, you can essentially step into any field, figure it out yourself. With that willingness, you chase the information, absorb it like a sponge, and you can be successful in any field. And if you combine it by becoming shameless, like living out of your comfort zone, trying everything. Look at this. When I first told them I wanted to wear my lighted jacket, they're like, what the heck? You know, we lose the audience, might be a walkout. But you see, when you step out of your comfort zone with those two things, you can step into any field and be successful. These are only 4 years of your life. You have 80 years ahead of you. Do anything. Try everything. You know, the biggest tragedy in life is not death. The biggest tragedy in life is coming to the end of your life and looking at all of these opportunities that came your way, and you were afraid to open the door when opportunity knocked. Just that thought alone, you won't have to ever worry about how you're gonna die, because that thought alone will kill you. So don't let that happen to you. Try everything. When you try everything, you will actually end up having a job that you love so much that you're willing to do it for free. You know, I never wanted to be a structural engineer. I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to come to America, put Elvis Presley out of business, and run away with Mary Tyler Moore. Now, when I finally realized that's not going to happen, I became a structural engineer. And it's been amazing. Structural engineering was my passion. It found me. And when you have that kind of a job, you just, with that kind of passion, there's no difference between your work and your play. People look at you and wonder, is this person working or is he playing? I'm actually doing both. And at that point, you have actually found, you have mastered the art of living, because that's what you want. A job that is so much fun that you're willing to do it for free, but you get paid so much more because you have the passion to do it. But you only will find that if you try everything. Don't stick with something that you're bored at. You're in a profession, you know, I totally believe that human beings are fundamentally created to make the life of another human being better. The beauty about engineering is we make life better for all of humanity on a daily basis. And that's what you do. That's why the world needs you. The world is out there for your, all out there available for your taking. Go grab it. And when you do decide to launch that amazing product or the amazing startup that's gonna put a dent in the universe, again, make sure I'm on your guest list. I'll keep my jacket warm and my batteries charged. Thank you so much.
Energizing, electrifying, and an exceptional convocation address. A round of applause again.